Good morning, church family. Pastor Dan here, and to visitors, welcome to our daily devotional channel here at Rockhampton Baptist. We continue today on our mini devotional series on the gospel. Today we find ourselves in Acts 16, where we read that Paul the Apostle was directed to the west, to a new continent, from Asia Minor to Macedonia, and then on to Greece. This was a redirection for Paul. He planned to continue to speak the gospel in Asia Minor, but God was pushing him into a new space, into a new country and a new continent. And this is where we pick up the narrative from verse 11. So setting sail from Troas, he made a direct voyage to Samothrace, to the following day at Neapolis, and from there to Philippi, which is the leading city of the district of Macedonia and a Roman colony. We remained in the city some days, and on the Sabbath day he went outside the gate to the riverside, where we suppose there was a place of prayer, and we sat down and spoke to the women who had come together. One who heard us was a woman named Lydia, from the city of Thyatira, a seller of purple goods, who was a worshipper of God. The Lord opened her heart to pay attention to what was said by Paul, and after she was baptized, and her household as well, she urged us, saying, "If you have judged me to be faithful to the Lord, come to my house and stay." And she prevailed upon us. And we're creatures of habit. We thrive in routine and structure and knowing what is coming ahead of us. But we find ourselves in a season of unknown. It's difficult to plan ahead too far, but we can see that God has moved us into this season. God has allowed this to happen. But I also believe that He has prepared you for this season and equipped you with the tools to get through it and maybe even thrive through this season. As a church, we've looked back and reflected to see how God has prepared us for this season. And we can see that He has His hand in it. Then as you look back in Acts 16, further earlier on in the passage, you see that even though Paul was redirected, you see that Paul was already equipped for the work. He was already equipped by allowing Timothy to come on the journey with him. Timothy, who was a Greek. So as they moved closer to Greece, Timothy would have been a major asset for Paul and the proclamation of the gospel. Who has God brought around you? Or what tools has He given you so that you can thrive during this season and proclaim the good news that comes from a relationship with God? Can I encourage you that you reflect, take some time to journey and see who has God brought around you, and sense and see where God is leading. Let me pray for you as you do that. Dear God, we just thank You for this time. And we thank You for this season, even though this season has brought destruction and we've seen some horrific things and it's brought death. Lord, we thank You for the good that You're doing in this season. Lord, we ask that You help us and show us who You've brought around this season, what tools You've given us, and what people You've provided us in order to thrive through this season, whether it's in business or in personal life. Lord, encourage us, spur us to keep on going during this time. Amen. Keep walking with God. Let Him talk to you. Talk to Him and let Him talk back as you read the Bible. And when He does, speak, trust, and obey. Keep looking for opportunities to bless others. See you soon.